there, and today I'm going to talk about OutSystems, list appends, list append all, and list clear. So in OutSystems, if you go here in the managed dependencies, here in the system, which is supported by OutSystems, we can check. I'm using reactive, not traditional. We can see that we have server actions and client actions. So if I search for list, I can see all elements that has list in his name. And we have list append, append all, and list clear under client actions, and also for server actions. Why? Because we have different elements for this type of actions. So when we are using these actions or these elements, and we need to use them on the client action, do we need to use this one? But if you are using the server actions, we need to use these ones. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to use the server actions because I'm going to use the data action in the screen. So I'm going to use the list append all, and list clear. I'm going to hit apply. And now if we go here, we can search for lists, and we can see in the server actions folder, we can check the system module, the ones that we have. So we have list clear, list append all, and list append. If we can see here in the list append, we can select a list that we want to append only one element. List append all, we have the same list, a list that we want to append, and here another input, but instead of using just one element, we have an entire list. Okay, and list clear, we just clear the list that has or not records in order to get that list empty. Okay, so I'll do a quick test here. So we can start with list append. I'm going to use this screen, and I'm going to create a new data action. So I'm going to set the name list tests, and in order to show these on a table, that's what I want to do, I'm going to create a structure. Okay, so let's say record, and we can set name, and let's say age. So here we created a structure with name and age, and we're going to use this in here. So we're going to use the record in the data type of the output inside the data action, but we want to set as list. Okay, so we have, let's call it record list, and if we expand this, we can see the structure that we set in the data type. So let's start with append. So append, it's very simple. Just drag and drop the list append element here. We select the list that we want to append, or we want to add the record. So in this case, it's the output, it's record list. And we set the element, okay? For this case, I'm gonna hit here the plus, and I'm gonna hard code this, and I'm gonna say that it's me, Pedro, and I have 31 years old. Okay, so we are setting the name, and we are setting the age. The age, let me just change this to integer, because this is an integer, the age. And what this will do is just to append a list with these records. But let's see in our in this test. Okay. So let me check if I can do this. So it is created right away the table. In here we are setting the list append. This is all done. Nothing here more to add. And here we're going to see the values that we set in this data action. So let's see what happens. Okay, so it is published now. Okay, so as we can see in the table, we have our records added in the list. So this is just for one record. So if we want to add multiple, we can use the append all, and we can do the same. So we add the list that we want to add, and we can now add multiple ones. So let's say I'm gonna add 3. So here I'm gonna set the name for John, age 34. Here Hannah, age 21. And the last one I'm gonna use let's say Luca at age 25. Oh, this is integer. Okay, so what I expect to happen is I'm gonna add this one, and I'm gonna add more these 3. So we're gonna have 4 records for this list. Let's check. Okay, let's refresh. Voila. So we have Pedro, John, Hannah, and Luca with the ages that we set on the list append. For the list clear, I'm gonna add a button here. I'm gonna say that's clear list, and I'm gonna add action here, client action. And if you try to get the list clear, this one, it will not work because this is from the server actions and we are dealing with the client action. This will work in here if you drag and drop here, but in the client action will not, because this is just for server actions. So in order to do the list clear, we need to use the client actions. So if you go here in the dependencies, check for system, and we check the clear, and we have in the client actions the one that we need. So it's the list clear from the client actions. So we just drag and drop the list clear here, and we say the list that we want to clear, and that's it. So let's see. Okay, so let's refresh. Okay, now we have all 4, but now if we clear the list, it's not cleared. Okay, that's all. This is easy, I guess, and this is very useful and common in projects that we are on. If you have any questions regarding this topic, please put on the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.